Have you ever stood in front of the mirror, getting ready to go out, absolutely loving your reflection, only to feel that tiny knot of anxiety tighten in your stomach? You check your makeup, your outfit is perfect, you feel amazing, you feel like yourself. But then that thought creeps in. Am I going to be safe today? What if? Honestly, if you've felt that, you're not alone. Welcome to My Life, My Rules. If you're new here, we talk about all things queer life, identity, and thriving as your true self. I'm so glad you found this space. For my regulars, welcome back to the family. Listen, today we're tackling a topic that's frankly a bit heavy, but it's so important that we need to talk about it openly, honestly, and proactively. We're talking about staying safe out there, specifically focusing on self-defense and safety awareness for the crossdressing community. Look, I know we all wish we lived in a world where we could just step out the door looking exactly how we feel inside, without a single worry. Where our choice of self-expression wasn't even a thing, you know? But the reality is, well, we're not there yet. And denying that doesn't keep us safe. Embracing who you are is an incredibly powerful and beautiful thing. It takes courage. It really does. But we also have to be realistic about the vulnerabilities we sometimes face when we're presenting as crossdressers in public. Acknowledge that vulnerability, yes, but let's focus today not on fear, but on empowerment, on building confidence, on being smart and aware. This isn't about being scared. It's about being prepared. So let's talk about it, friend to friend. Let's build up your toolkit for navigating the world safely. First things first, and I really mean first, before you even think about needing to use a physical self-defense technique, let's talk about the most powerful tool you already possess, your brain and your intuition. We're talking about situational awareness, right? This isn't about being paranoid, glancing over your shoulder every 2 seconds. It's about being attuned to your environment. Think of it like tuning into your inner radar. It starts the moment you leave your personal safe space. When you step outside, really be there. Put your phone away. Seriously. We all do it, right? Walking along, texting, scrolling through Instagram, totally checked out. But when you're out presenting, especially in less familiar areas, being distracted makes you an easier target. Your head needs to be up. Your eyes need to be scanning. You need to know who is around you, what the atmosphere is like, and where your potential exit routes are. It sounds intense when I put it like that, doesn't it? But it becomes second nature, like defensive driving. You're scanning for red flags, not expecting an accident, but prepared to react if something seems off. Trust your gut. That nagging feeling that something isn't right? That person following you a little too closely? That group hanging out on a corner looking tense? Don't dismiss that feeling as overreacting. We have these instincts for a reason. If a situation feels wrong, remove yourself from it. Cross the street. Duck into a store. Change your route. Even if it feels silly in a moment, it's better to be safe and feel a little silly than to ignore your intuition and end up in a difficult spot. Your safety is infinitely more important than appearing polite or avoiding making waves. Seriously, listen to that little voice inside. Let's talk about the vibe you're putting out there, too. Confidence is like a superpower. Seriously, people can sense it. Walking with your head up, shoulders back, making intentional eye contact, even just briefly, sends a different message than walking hunched over, looking at the ground, appearing nervous. I know, sometimes when you're dressed up, you might feel a little self-conscious or nervous inside. That's totally normal, especially in the beginning or in new places. But sometimes you gotta faking it till you make it, you know? Practicing that confident stride and posture at home. Believing in yourself and your right to be exactly who you are, right here, right now. Own your space. When you project confidence and awareness, you're less likely to be perceived as an easy target. It's not a guarantee, of course, but it's a powerful deterrent. Think of it as a protective energy shield you carry with you. Okay, let's get practical. Let's talk about planning. Before you even head out the door, have a plan. Where are you going? How are you getting there? What's your backup plan? If you're heading to a specific venue or meeting someone, know the route. If you're taking public transit, know the schedule, know the stops. Check out the area on Google Maps beforehand if you've never been. Look for well-lit, busy areas. If you're meeting someone, let a trusted friend or partner know where you're going, who you're meeting, and when you expect to be back. Seriously, this simple step is massive. Have an arranged check-in time. I'll text you when I get to the club, and then again when I'm home safe. If they don't hear from you within a reasonable time frame, they know to check in on you. It's not about asking permission. It's about building a safety net. Share your location on your phone with them for the duration of your trip out. Simple tech can be a lifesaver. And hey, let's talk about being out at night, because let's face it, that's when many of us prefer to go out. Visibility is everything. Stick to well-lit streets and populated areas. Avoid dark alleys, unlit parks, or isolated shortcuts, even if it saves you 5 minutes. It's not worth the risk. If you're taking an Uber or Lyft, always verify the car and driver before you get in. Ask, "What's my name?" and "Who are you here for?" Share your ride details with your safety buddy through the app. Don't get in if something feels off about the driver or the vehicle. Cancel and call another ride. Trust your gut again. When you arrive at your destination, have your keys out and ready before you get to the door, whether it's your car or your home. Fumbling for keys makes you vulnerable. Be swift, be decisive. Now, let's talk about something uncomfortable: physical self-defense. This isn't about turning into a martial arts master overnight. This is about learning simple, effective techniques that are designed to do one thing and one thing only: create an opportunity for you to get away safely. It's not about winning a fight. It's about escaping. I honestly highly recommend looking for a self-defense class in your area. Look for programs that are specifically trauma-informed or LGBTQ+ friendly. Many community centers or martial arts studios offer workshops focused on simple release techniques, striking vulnerable points, and build confidence in your ability to protect yourself. It's not just about the physical moves. It's about the mindset. Learning to use your voice can be an incredibly powerful weapon. Practice shouting an "oh" or "stop" or "I don't know you" powerfully. It can surprise an attacker and draw attention. Drawing attention is often the last thing an attacker wants. Making noise, causing a scene, these are valid and effective strategies. Think about everyday objects that can be used for defense. Keys? Hold one key between your fingers. It's not a weapon, but it can create a painful distraction if you need to strike a sensitive area like the eyes, throat, or groin. Remember those target areas: eyes, throat, groin, knees. Simple, direct strikes can buy you those precious seconds to escape. Your high heels? They can be surprisingly effective for stomping on a foot or shin. Honestly, anything that can disable your attacker for even a moment gives you the chance to run. Speaking of running, if you have the chance to run. Don't look back. Just get to a safe, public place. Running away is not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of intelligence and prioritization of your safety. Your aim is to survive and be safe, not to prove anything. Let's also touch briefly on carrying defensive tools like pepper spray or a personal alarm. Now, this is really important. Check your local laws first. Regulations around carrying items like pepper spray vary widely from place to place. If you do decide to carry something and it's legal in your area, here's the golden rule: learn how to use it. Don't just throw a can of pepper spray in your purse and forget about it. It's useless if you can't access it quickly or use it effectively under stress. Get a practice canister. Many companies sell inert training ones, and learn how to aim, how to trigger it, and what the wind conditions might do to the spray. Practice accessing it easily and quickly from your bag or pocket. A tool you can't use properly can be taken away and used against you, so training is essential. A simple personal safety alarm that emits a piercing sound can also be very effective for disorienting an attacker and attracting immediate attention without involving physical contact. I also want to acknowledge the mental health aspect of this. Thinking about this stuff can be heavy. It can feel unfair. And honestly, it is unfair that we have to put so much thought into something that others take for granted. Allow yourself to feel that frustration, but don't let it paralyze you. Empowerment is the antidote to fear. Taking proactive steps to ensure your safety actually builds your confidence and reduces anxiety. You feel more in control of your situation. You're not a victim in waiting. You're an empowered person with a plan. Connect with others in the community. Share experiences. Learn from each other. If you've had a frightening experience, don't keep it inside. Talk to a trusted friend, a counselor, or connect with a support group. You don't have to carry that weight alone. Building community is one of our strongest defenses. When we support each other, check in on each other, and advocate for each other, we all become safer. Listen, this journey of self-expression and embracing your identity is a beautiful, powerful choice. It's about celebrating who you are. These safety tips, this awareness, it's all just part of ensuring you can continue that journey as safely and joyfully as possible. You are valuable. Your happiness matters. And your safety is paramount. So, practice that situational awareness. Plan ahead. Build your confidence. And if you're interested, look into those self-defense classes. Think of it as investing in your ultimate well-being. We covered a lot today, didn't we? From trust your gut and confident presence to practical planning, exit routes, and the basics of physical self-defense and tools. It's not about living in fear, it's about being informed and empowered. Let's make safety a part of our routine, like picking out an outfit or doing our makeup. You deserve to walk freely and confidently in this world, being exactly who you are. You're part of an incredibly resilient and amazing community. We look out for each other. You are not alone in this. All right, friend, let's wrap this up. If you found these tips helpful, please give this video a thumbs up. It really helps me reach more people who might need this information. And hey, let's continue the conversation in the comments below. Have you ever felt that worry when heading out? What's one safety tip you use? Or perhaps one thing you're going to start doing after watching this? Share your thoughts, your experiences, your wisdom. Let's support each other. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit that button and join the My Life, My Rules family. We talk about real things here, always from a place of support and celebration for our queer lives. Be proud, be authentic, and above all, please be safe out there. You are incredibly special. See you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching till now. It means the world to have you here. This community is all about empowering each other and celebrating the incredible journeys of everyone on their path to living authentically. If you're ever feeling lost or alone, remember you have a whole family here for you. Hit that subscribe button. Smash that like button. And let's keep inspiring each other, sending you all the love and strength in the world. Until next time, live your life by your rules.